Hey y'all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're almost up here to Lake Granby and also Grand Lake. We're right at the base of the Rocky Mountain National Park. Early in the morning, we're going to be trucking through the big park, driving over all the mountains. Wow, look at this lake here. It's supposed to be a pull-off I'm going to take up here. Picture perfect weather, blue skies. It's about 81 degrees here right now. Never been up here. This has been on my bucket list for a long time. The Rocky Mountain National Park. All right, let's check out the lake. What's this? From ashes to resort. Oh, I bet fires up here are bad. We are way up in the Rockies. But this lake, guess what? The Colorado River feeds off of this thing. We're close to the headwaters. I think that's right in the national park is the headwaters. For the mighty Colorado, this is where it starts. All this good snow pack, snow melt. There it is, the nation's largest water supply. Right here, all these mountains. And that water goes a long ways, clear down to Mexico. Pretty amazing, huh? Lake is full too. Against the flow. Oh yeah, Denver, they built a tunnel. They siphon water through the mountains down towards Denver. Pretty smart. Guaranteed they have water. So, but anyway, I've been chasing the Colorado River for the last few weeks. Kind of a fun goal, just to see where it starts. Tomorrow I'll try to find that headwater. I think it's a little park, like pull out, whatever, right in the national park. We'll look for it in the morning. Alright, well it's mid-afternoon. We're gonna head for the RV park. I booked one night at the KOA because I want to get an early start going through the national park. Try to beat the traffic. It's mainly a drive-through type park. It's all driving. let's cruise through Grand Lake itself. Very touristy place. I mean, you are right here. We're not in the park yet. You got a few miles before you get in the park, but we'll check the town. The campground is about another half-mile up the road. Probably winter time is a big deal here. They got to have skiing, I'm sure, around in these mountains. Cross-country stuff, snowmobiling. I know tomorrow when we go over the mountains, we're going to be way up there in elevation. All right, here we go. Looks like little shops. A lot of cars. Well, I'll just drive all the way through. Then we'll head for the campground. What do you think? Heck yeah. You won't go hungry here. My goodness, there are pizza places, restaurants, cafes. Yeah, you got all kinds of stuff here. Not much for parking for a van, no RV parking, or I'd stop. Well, gift shops, a little bit of everything here. Cool. I think we're getting through it now. Yep, I'd say so. I'll get turned around here. Wow, look at the size of that boulder. That is huge. Isn't it? My goodness. Well, it looks like all the cabins probably got Airbnbs. I'm sure there's rentals everywhere if you want to come up here. Look at the clouds. Hope I don't get rained on. You know, it can change in a second up here, I'm sure, being at these elevations. All right, let's go find that KOA. Here it is. Now the park entrance would be a couple miles up the road. Probably at least a couple miles. All right, here's home for the night. I get asked why I always stay at KOAs. They're convenient, good locations. They got clean shower, restrooms, all that. Makes traveling a lot easier for me. Alright, gotta follow this guy to get to my site. Yeah, I'm gonna get rained on. Look at that. We got a storm coming in. How about an e-bike ride? I got the e-bike out before the rains come in. Check the park. Big one. The sites aren't very level. I had to get moved. The one they gave me was like a ski slope. I don't have leveling jacks or anything like that on the van, so I asked to be moved and they accommodated me. But this place really gets sold out very easily, being this close to the national park. There's all kinds of hiking trails around here and bike trails for mountain biking. That's what the lady at the counter was telling me that checked me in. Well, this should be interesting tomorrow morning, crossing over the mountains like that. When we get to the other side, guess what? That's it. No more Rocky Mountains. We're out of Colorado. This is end of the line for the Colorado series here. All right, I'm gonna head back towards the van, get ready for in the morning. Well, good morning. It's early. It poured rain on and off half the night. Now it's clear blue sky, but I'm gonna be chasing storms, so I got a little earlier start than I was planning on. That's all right. Got a few miles. Once we get in the park, it takes a few miles to get up top anyway, up on top of the mountains. So the time we get up there, the sun should be shining, hopefully. Decent RV park. It was convenient, I'll put it that way. Most of them are when they're that close to like a big national park or monument or something. All right, here we go. I don't know if you noticed that sign, 48 miles to get across. Most of this is all driving. There's not a lot to stop, I guess, that I could find online. I'm sure the time we get on the other side, it's going to be busy. You actually need reservations to get on certain roads in here. There's no exceptions to it. I'll get a picture of the sign here. Okay, here it is, Rocky Mountain National Park. Established in when? 1915. That's an old one. That's good they're saving it though. They've had fire in here. Look at the trees. A lot of these trees are dead. Yikes. That reminds me of Yellowstone a little bit. There are fees to get in here. There's the gate. So it looks like we're officially in the park. I have my senior card with me though, a lifetime pass. They're probably not even open yet. It's not even 6 o'clock. You know me, get out early. Wow, look at the trees, there are none. They must have had fire here. Well, let's see if anyone's in there. Cars there. Nope. No one's at the window. All right, well, we're in. What you do is you lay your pass, your card on the dash if you park. That way people know. That's what I do anyway. All right, here we go. Well, it must have been a while since the fire, because some of that has green on it. You know, after fires, things grow back pretty darn quick. Elk, I bet. Probably every kind of wildlife up here. Well, I'm about the only person in this park on this end right now. That'll change. Because that RV park was full. They were all coming in. Then from the other side, you're over close to what? Denver and Estes Park and all those places. Fort Collins. Big cities. Well, little picnic areas. Just a shame about the trees, huh? Harbison Meadow. Used to be an old ranch here. Kind of sad, really. I wasn't expecting this. Just total tree devastation. Wonder when the fire was. I'd say within the last, what, 2-3 years maybe? Who knows? I have to look that up. Well, that's alright. The real scenic part starts when we get way up top of the mountains. Looking for wildlife. Might be something in here. Here's a pull out. Let's stop. Little trail here. Now the trees are okay, real close to the pull out. Probably because all the fire trucks are sitting here. Onahu Creek. You know, the headwaters for the Colorado River start up in here. It shows it on the maps. I'm gonna try to find the pull out for their sign at least. But see, you got trees close to the road. Then all these other ones are just destroyed. That was a big, intense fire that came through. lot of these have been cut, so they've been cutting them down maybe, huh? I don't know. Kind of looks creepy, doesn't it? Like a scary movie. You can smell the burnt wood still. That char smell, smoke. Hear a few of the birds though. Alright, well, all we can do is keep driving. I was trying to check Google Maps. 0 cell service in here. Maybe when I get up higher. Of course, it's one road, one way in. One way through here. What am I thinking? That's it. We're going to be way up there where that snow-capped mountaintop is pretty quick. Here you go. Here's a couple of them. They're dining on the grass right along the road. Oop, scared one. Look at this guy. He could care less. Goes, leave me alone, man. Well, I see a couple storyboards in here. Let's stop. Trying to see if I see any more wildlife. Holsworth. Historic sites and buildings are closed. Looks like trails. Yeah, probably old ranch houses or something maybe, huh? Native American. See, now the trees are okay here. Building, huh? But we got greenery here. Trees are safe. So maybe we're getting out of that fire area. Oh, I see a few of them out there. See if I can zoom in on them. There they are. They're having breakfast. They knew I was here. They could tell. And that's a long ways away. Pretty cool. All right, I want to find that Colorado River pullout. Try to find that sign. Then we're gonna do some mountain climbing. Heck yeah. That's not it. Oh, there's a sign. Colorado River Trailhead. We did it. We did it. Here it is. Back in here is where the river starts. Well, I'm not gonna hike a mile or two, but check this sign here. There you go. Right back in here. Colorado River. So it starts up in here, feeds down into those lakes, and from those lakes it heads all the way down to Mexico. Look at all the streams that feed into it. So you could hike all this area in here. Cool. Well, that was on the bucket list. All right, well, let's go climb a mountain. A few of them. Well, that's looking back down towards that valley we just came out of. Snow-capped mountains. There's the name of the different peaks. All that water goes into the Colorado River. Pretty darn cool. Somewhere up here is the Continental Divide. Still not many cars yet. I've only seen a couple. Yeah, here's the critters. Don't feed them. This is their world. Well, you don't see all the fire damage here. See dead trees, though. Of course, who knows? This part of Mother Nature. Oh, the beetles. Mountain pine beetle. They've had beetle kill. That's what's gotten some of the trees. I know that's everywhere. It takes a super long, deep freeze to get rid of them, I think. Well, there's the valley we drove through. Alright, well, let's keep trucking east. We're not halfway yet, but we've come a few miles. But we're getting up where the snow is. I think some of these peaks up here are 12, 13,000 feet. A little hard to breathe. You can tell it. That sign said minor pass, 100 yards. So This must be the first of them. Oop, I see a sign. Cool. And a lot of snow. Yee-hoo. Get the snowshoes out. Here it is. Continental Divide. Milner Pass, not Minor. I thought I saw Minor. Separates it. Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. 10,700 feet in the air. Wow. We are up there and look at the snow. It's really not that cold. It's chilly. I got my jacket on, but it's not super cold. Just, I imagine that snow is feet, dozens of feet thick. That guy was hiking, he almost fell through the snow there. Beaver trade, I bet they're up here. They got all that wood they can chop. Water, everything. This the paradise. What a cool place. Milner Pass. Right here in the Great Rocky Mountain National Park. Perfect. Alright, we still got a few miles left. I'd say we're about halfway or more, somewhere in there. Snow's melting. You can hear it running everywhere. Look at that, right across the road too. We are definitely climbing. and getting out of the trees. Look at that. Well, let's check out the view. There's a trail right there. Got to be cross-country skiing type trails, I bet. Snowmobile, maybe. Medicine Bow Curve. Well, they got to plow it. Probably shut down this area in the real heavy stuff. There's your view from 11,000 feet. Like being up in a little plane. That is vast and open, isn't it? Uh-oh, what's the red sign say? Caution. Stay off the slopes and the edge. Oh, I could imagine. There's no guardrail. They probably can't because when they plow, that snow just rolls right down the hill. My goodness. Here's something. What do we got? See a building, a couple of them. A little rest area or something. Well, make a stop. Alpine Visitor Center, Trail Ridge Store, elevation 11,700 plus. So we're another 1,000 feet above Milner. You could tell it coming up. My ears were popping. You can see the tree line straight out too. No trees here. Looks like it's under construction. They got a lot going here. Big old logs on the roof. Probably for snow load. Wow. That is heavy duty, isn't it? there's our view. We're heading down that direction. That's downhill. Heading towards Estes Park, Fort Collins, all that. So this must be pretty much the top. Well, I'll just keep looking for pullouts and views on our way out of here. Kind of neat, really, to be this high up on a paved road, still in the snow in the summer. Cool. My goodness, you know, we're summertime. Look how deep that snow is there. It's got to be 10 feet tall in the winter when they plow through here. Here's another pullout. Okay, we're 11,700, almost 800 feet back there. We've been climbing. We ain't going down, we're going up. So we got to be about at least, or over 12,000 feet. Wow. Just as far as you can see, that's a long ways out there. Mountains and snow. Let's say Gore Range. So they ran cattle up here. Let them eat the grass. Winter's got to be long up here. Short summers. This elevation. And we are still climbing. Wonder how high. Probably gonna get close to 13,000 feet up here. All right, well, see what this is. A lot of snow, that's what it is. Solid ice. That is just frozen rock hard solid. Some of these guys up here, they got skis. They're gonna cross country it out of here. Bit about the birds, wildlife. A lot of footprints in there, huh?
It's amazing how fast you can lose it. Yeah. Oh my God.
But I think I'm gonna drop back down.
Cool, dude. I totally think you should.
Right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm 4 minutes from my
Go time. Well, we think about Sunday.
Being a little further away from it now than I was 15 minutes ago.
That guy's heading out on his skis. Must got a ride up here. We are driving on top of the mountains here. Wow. Incredible. This is something. I really wasn't expecting this. Really, I didn't know what to expect. But this is totally different. lot of photographers up here with their big cameras and lenses. That guy's got one that can zoom in on a fly. Okay, well, let's see what else we can get into. Back there, even with all the people, it was quiet. You could just hear the wind, and it was just different. Kind of cool. Well, it looks like another pullout up here. I see wildlife out here too. They're liking that grass right along the road, aren't they? Not a care in the world. He's just munching away. Says, leave me alone. I'm eating. I don't want no pictures. Nothing. Well, let me get parked here. See, this is the good part about coming early. I bet in the daytime later on you couldn't even find parking in these places. Not for the van anyway. It's tough to park this thing. Air is very thin, kind of hard to walk. I gotta go slow. There's something up here, like a little overlook or something. You can hear water. It's a long ways off. You can hear it up here. Water running. Yeah, there's gotta be a creek down there running. That is a long ways downhill and a long ways across. You can literally see for miles here. I think I'm lucky there's no wind. Very little anyway. Well, dropping down now, getting back in the trees. I know I keep saying it, but that was something. I've never driven a road like that, to be that high up and that long. From start to finish, it was what, that sign when we first got in the park, like 45 miles, something like that. Quite a ways. Here you go, the road slopes on both sides. We are right at the peak. Woohoo! Talk about some Kodak moments. This is perfect. Look at that view. It's a long ways off that edge right there. It's straight down. We're starting to zigzag down the mountainside now. The traffic is really picking up. They are coming up the hill fast. So pretty good timing. Glad I got out early. They are forecasting rain here a little later. Of course, I'm going to keep trucking. Once I get down off this mountain, I'm going to cut up through Fort Collins, probably find a place to stay up through there tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to head up into Nebraska. Pretty decent pullouts. The parking area is a little small. I bet they can get crowded in a hurry. Really can't park on this road, too narrow. Of course, people don't stay very long in one area either. 35 mile an hour. But it's downhill from here. Alright, I'm getting down near the bottom. Up here, there's a couple side roads, but you need that reservation. They will not let you on the road without it. For whatever reason. To me, this has been perfect. I didn't need that. Because the van's so big, it's hard to get in a lot of them places anyway. A side road up here might be gravel and straight down, who knows. Alright, we're getting close to the bottom. I'm going to stop at the visitor center, take a break. We'll check that out. Here's the east entrance to the park right here. Yeah, not too big of a line yet. It's early though, it's about 10 after 10. So it took a good 4 hours plus to get over there. Still worth it. I'm glad I did it. One for the memory books. I always looked at it on Google, but it was kind of always out of the way too to cut through this thing. Not this year. I made the special effort to come here. Alright, this is it. Now they got a huge parking lot here. They probably run buses out of here. Well, mainly maps. You can get info in here. Restrooms. Not a whole lot in here. A lot of people. They're waiting in line. They're trying to get one of those passes to go up in there. Yeah, too many people for me, but I think we seen the real thing driving over like we did. There's a map of it. We went right over top of all those Rocky Mountains. Isn't that incredible? There's the lakes, all of it. Pretty darn cool. I'll remember this one for a while. Yeah, to get one of those reservation passes to get in these parks now, make sure if you're going to go to a national park or anything to check the national park website. I think that's where you get them. You can book them in advance, then you get a ticket, then you give them a time frame. And all you do is pull up, probably show your ID, and you'll get a pass. So if you know ahead of time where you're going to come into some of these places like this, then you're okay. If you wait till the last minute, you're going to be in line like those guys. Being all mad. They're mad at the guy. We want in. Nope. Oops. Alright, well, I'm cutting through Estes Park here. I'm not stopping. I want to keep rolling. This is our last Colorado video of this summer. We've been to a lot of different places so far. Started way back over in Grand Junction. All of it. Zigzagging all through the mountains, huh? Been fun. But it ain't over at all. Heading north. Gonna try to sneak up into Nebraska in the morning early. I want to get up super early. Get up that way. Scotts Bluff National Monument. It's the goal tomorrow. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you can sign up for free newsletter, put one out once a month now. Also got a merch shop, Armchair Traveler series is out. Plus, got the Heck Yeah hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs for the 2025 RVerTV Heck Yeah Summer Series. And we're right in the middle of it right now. Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, which helps support the channel and future videos just like this one. Crossing the Great Rocky Mountains right through this beautiful park. thanks for tagging along. I hope you enjoyed today's video and all of the Utah and Colorado videos so far this summer. Been epic, hasn't it? Journey continues. Talk soon.